Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SF1 Simulation Formula One here at the British Grand Prix, this league's home track. We are stuck in with GP1 on Sunday night racing. A little bit of lobby issues carried on our way through, so we had to dumb it down to short qualifying. This is the tail end of short qualifying. I am joined by the legend himself in GP2, SF1 Tom. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's always good to hear. Let's make sure that my levels are adequately correct. I think I set it right back to where I had it on Friday. Bad that I was messing around with it. Ah, Clutchy's here. What is going on, Clutchy? Good to see you in the chat. How are you doing, mate? Right now, we do have Smasher on pole, or provisional pole, with a 126.3, followed by Not Y'all with a 126.4. Vertigo rounds the top three with a 26.6. A lot of the guys really close. Woom's right there in the 26. Tomo's right there in the 26 as well. Masseuse is 26. Subbing in this evening for the McLaren driver, Raisin, who did not make it this evening. Ham's 26. A lot of these guys are in the 26. But we currently have 6 minutes and 23 seconds remaining of the short quali. I do know that these drivers have a bit of light rain throughout, I think, the entire race coming up here soon. So it will be interesting to see if anybody's running a full wet, maybe a full dry to have a better position at the beginning of the race, or maybe a hybrid setup. As I know those hybrid setups are out there. I've heard a lot of drivers use them and rave by them. What are you thinking about this race so far, Tom? What do you think is going to happen as opposed to what we saw on Friday?
I think we're going to see a lot of early spin-offs just down to lack of tyre wear. Lack of tyre wear with a lot of just coldness, but I think it'll be a good race tonight. A lot of overtakes, good entertainment.
It will be interesting too, because these guys, if it's light rain the whole way through the race, they won't have the aid of DRS on their side, so they're gonna have to kind of do it, old school, I guess you would say, without the aid of DRS. So they're gonna have to manage the fuel, and they're gonna have to manage the ERS system to use that as their overtake for their advantage going down with the toe. But a couple names that point out, like Harrison in P8 currently, you wouldn't expect him to be down that order as much as P8. His teammate's sitting P3 right now, so it'd really be good to have Brother Goat have a good race this evening, get himself in those bag of points that he's deserved. I think throughout the season, he's just had a bit of bad luck. Looking down through Raisin down in P11, wouldn't expect it. I know Benny is a fast driver. I'm sure I'll see him pop up further on. Dinner, I think, will go further up. Hub DR reserved this evening for BRXA, who could not make it. He was doing a little bit of real estate jobs today, so hopefully you're doing well there. But Hub D, let's see what he can do. He did reserve for, I think, Williams 2 weeks ago. Had a decent race. Coco, I think, is having connection issues. So he might not be able to make the race. It'll be interesting. Hopefully he can get himself in. But right now, Smasher, a reserve this evening for that Williams driver, or that Williams team, that is, sitting on provisional pole with a 126.3. That is actually super fast. I wonder if he can maintain that pole position. Lessus was actually the driver who reserved last week for the Williams team and pulled in a P2 for that team, so it's big time points there. Towers is saying Dinner will have a crash. So these guys, 3 minutes and 40 seconds remain of the short qualifying. Looks like there was a Renault going short, letting a racing point go through. I do see an Alpha. Both Alphas are out on an out lap. Let me take a look. It looks like Wu is out on a flyer, so we're going to jump with Wu. He's up on his time, so maybe he's using this one as just kind of a warm-up lap. Oh, he's invalidated. Oh, I think he's invalidated off that part. Looks like Hamp has just started his flyer, so let's see if he can improve on a 26.8, get himself further up on that board. He does have a racing point just ahead of him. I wonder if he's going to use that car as a tail. Oh, that's actually a Williams. My apologies. I'm still getting used to the color coding on the corners of that mini-map. Who do you think is going to grab provisional pole this evening?
Oh, it's hard to say with this grid we've got tonight. Well, after Lasuju's performance last week, I want to give him a hopeful yes to him, but I think it might be GOAT tonight.
You think it's going to be GOAT? We do have Anton, who's, a very quick qualifier. He's sitting down in P10 right now on 26.9. He could always be a good shout. He grabs a bit. He's on outlap, so he's just getting a bit of kitty litter on those tires beforehand. Enzo, who I think is one of the fastest drivers in GP1, is sitting P11. He can always have a good outlap and then bang in a hot lap. Yellow sector 1. It looks like it's for the McLaren. It looked like, I have a feeling the McLarens might be gearing up to do the cheeky help the teammate out and do a tow. Looks like Smasher has improved to a 26.1. Will we see a 25 this evening? Only time will tell. Running down. Where's Not Y'all? He's 26.4. So he's 3/10 off of Smasher. Wu is on his way out. Let's see. Running down Yellow Sector 1. There's a lot of cars now out on track. There's a big pile of cars right ahead of Shoof. Let's jump with Shoof and see how these guys are getting along. I think Shoof backed out of this one. He's on an outlap as well. A couple guys ahead of him are on a flyer, such as Benny. Benny crosses and improves to a 26.8. There is, I believe that was, oh, here comes the McLaren. Is he on an outlap? He was. How about the other? He's both on an outlap. All right, let's jump to the racing point of, that is not Woo. Vertigo has invalidated his outlap. And we have a car off. Attic is out on the grass. I think that's going to be him over with in this session. So he's going to pull off to the side. Smasher has retired. Hopefully he hasn't retired on track. Let's see a car going off. I think Attic's session is over with. Not Y'all is retired from the session. So P1 and 2 respectively right now. Wu is on an outlap. Is he going to have enough time, though? I don't think he's going to cross the line with enough time. Anton has retired from P11. Oh, has he had a crash? He's off in the grass. Is he going to have enough time? Wu doesn't have enough time to cross the line, so he's going to stay P3. Couple guys crossing the line now. There's a Mercedes. Who is that? I can't. That's a Williams, actually. Dives into the pits anyways. Benny is going to pull into the pits. How about the McLarens? Here comes Lassus. Can he improve on his time? He's going to set it. He goes P3. How about his teammate? Is Enzo going to get further up? No, he only pulls into the pits, so he's had it. There are two guys now pulling through. Goat. Actually, Harrison pulls into the pits. Is Goat going to get it here? He's invalidated his lap, so he's not going to be able to improve. So he's going to stay at P5. Who else is on a flat? Hamp pulls into the pits. That's it, yeah. Tom's called it. Smasher grabs the pole for the British Grand Prix, followed by Not Y'all in P2. Lassus rounds out the top three. That was a...
Oh no, Shoof. We have Shoof.
Shoof? Let's see if Shoof... Oh, he's invalidated.
Oh, is he? Oh.
He's invalidated the last corner. So that is unfortunate. That is super unfortunate for him. That's going to be it for qualifying, but, I mean, interesting. K-Badman and Coco were not able to get a time in. I know Coco couldn't make it into the lobby. I wonder if K-Badman's having connection issues. I think with all the hype today on all the esports that was happening, this game has had a lot of traffic, so a lot of guys are having a bit of connection issues. But we're going to run down the order as Smasher picks up the qualifying pole position for the British Grand Prix, followed by Not Y'all. Lassus is in P3, following down the order. Woom, Bredigo at P5, 6 is Tomo, Attic 7, Hamp 8, Benny 9, Harrison 10, Anton 11th, Enzo 12th, Schuf 13th, Dinner 14th, Stig is in 15th, followed by his teammate Hubdy in 16th, Absolute 17th, K Badman and Coco round up 17th, 18th, and 19th. Loading into this lobby, we should have a 5-minute complimentary break just like we usually would, and then we'll be live for the race. But in the meantime, Dinner has left the session. Can you send Dinner an invite? Hopefully he can get himself back in before we
Oh,
go.
it's raining.
What's that?
Yep. There's the rain.
Light rain throughout this entire race of the British Grand Prix. It wouldn't be England if it wasn't raining. That's what I hear all the time, Tom. You would know that more than I would.
Been quite good recently, hasn't it, though? Like, weather-wise, we've been sun for ages. We haven't had rain for a long time.
All right, well, we're going to run down the combine, give you guys a look at the combine. What the combine is, I explained it on Friday, is you take GP2 and GP1's team points as a constructors and you put them together. So it keeps the drivers in both GP2 and 1 working as a team. But you see Toro Rosso still on top with 454 points. Going down the order, McLaren, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari in 5th, Alpha 6th, Williams, Renault, Haas, and Racing Point, who had a really, really good Friday GP2 race. So I don't expect that they'll be in P10 if they have a good race this evening with Badman, who I don't see on the corner. I do. Okay, he's there. So if Wu and K Badman can have a solid race this evening, I think those points will come further up. Dinner's car won't be there. I think Dinner is having a lot of issues this evening with his connection. I don't know if we can restart at this point.
No.
I don't think so.
It's a shame. It's just, we've had 2 or maybe 3 already. If you ask managers to chat, they may give a verdict, but...
He's acknowledged it. I think
Yeah.
he knows that he doesn't want to keep these guys waiting. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run down the driver championship points in GP1 right on the screen for you. As Raisin, who did not make it this evening, is sitting P1. Harrison can have a good battle to get a solid charge towards that P1 position tonight, with Raisin missing out. Enzo rounds out the top 3. Running down the order, we have Not Y'all, Hamp, Tomo, Benny, Anton, Absolute, Brothergoat, top 10. Coco, who is having connectivity issues, unfortunately. Schuf, Dinner, Ulsterstig, Pepsi, Attic, Exia is right there, who did not make it this evening. A little bit of work going on. Croce, who's made it back into the race. Good to see him back this evening. Wu and K Badman. Tomo is rooting for his team Toro in the chat. I'm actually really interested to watch this race. Light rain. It's going to be interesting to see who has more pace. I think the rain sometimes brings out not better quality racing, but it really subtracts
Makes you
the.
pay attention.
I think it really subtracts the advantage that some of these guys, especially the super quick guys, usually have on the lobby or the other drivers in the race. That way, some of these guys that you wouldn't normally talk about you might be talking about them tonight because they might find themselves in a position. I'm going to say that this weather is definitely going to be intermediates. Definitely going to have to be a one stop though, because those intermediates will not last the full 26 laps. And if they do, you can mark my words. I will say I was completely wrong. But it looks like Harrison's ready to go. Hopefully everybody else is ready to go. I think that was about 3 or 4 minutes, which is generous enough, seeing that we had a couple lobby issues at the beginning. Gonna click this off as soon as we load up. What's up?
I think this race really is going to be a strategy call, because safety car proved itself very crucial last race on Friday.
It did indeed.
Right.
I was wondering why you didn't dive for the pits, Tom.
It was. I think I was talking with. I think it was Neon. No, not Neon. Speedy and Carlos, and we just agreed the faster strategy, which was proven to be the normal original, but the gap was too big to bring back.
So all drivers definitely are going to be on the intermediates. Let's see if these guys can keep it clean on a formation lap and have a nice way of warming up the tires. Hopefully nobody gets stuck on the grid. Looks like Dinner's not going to be able to make it back in. Stig right there. Keep it subtle, ladies and gentlemen, guys. Please. It's just an out lap. It's a formation lap for a reason. Use that time to warm your tires. We're going to give a prediction. Actually, let's do a top 5 prediction this evening. Put you on the spot, Tom. What are you thinking for the top 5 this evening?
Well, go give a shout out to Smasher, just coming out of nowhere, popping in, getting pole. Not a lot of people can do that. I'm going to see Suge will be up there, Goat will be up there, Ham will be up there, Anton will make his way up there, and Enzo will be up there as well.
Now, with the rain, do you think you'll see a name bounce up further up the field than you would normally see?
We will see K-Badman bump straight up the order, I reckon. I reckon he'll have a good start. I reckon Shoof will bump up along with possibly third in it if he is here. His name's still there. Yeah, we'll see a lot of names bumping around the field, I think, today.
I will
people spin around the field.
I will say this. I'm going to look at one man right now as my driver to watch this race, and it's going to be the Benny. I know he's quick, and I know he's good in the rain. I've raced him in the rain, and he's killed me by like 14 seconds. I'm going to keep my eye on him. I know he's a decent driver in the rain. It'll be interesting to see how some of the bigger guys... we have a Renault off in the distance. I think that was Attic, who's spun himself out and took himself into the grass. Maybe getting a bit of a handle of how the conditions are. I think he's now subtracted himself to the starting grid. But I mean, I can't knock out Wu. I think Wu's gonna have a good race as well. But we're gonna line up for this race, ladies and gentlemen. Get yourself stuck in. This is gonna be one cracker of an event. Smasher pulls around. There's a couple guys. Oh, both Renaults have found themselves on the naughty step, as well as Harrison. Harrison's found himself on the naughty step. Possibly going to start with cold tires and brakes. Everybody pulling to the back. Looks like K-Badman's now lined up to the back. We're going to go live race. Give me a better camera angle. 5 red lights are going to be lit, and we're going to go for the British Grand Prix. 5 are lit, and we're out. It looks like Hemp gets a drive-through penalty. Jump start. We're gone. Can Smasher get a good start? Looks like he does. Not Y'all's going to pull just behind him. Going in turn 1. A couple guys going to go a bit wide. No, everybody makes it a bit through. Everybody's all good. That is really good to see. A couple guys, there's Stig going for a push. Into turn 2. Looks like...
Holds a position, takes a position.
Oh, jeez. There's a couple guys that...
Big load of cars touching there. Friendly touches, obviously.
All of these guys kept it clean. Look! Harrison going against Anton. Not Y'all is really battling here. Look at Wu. He's going to make an inside move on Not Y'all. He's going to take P2. Oh, there's a move going in the back behind there. Between the Toros and...
We have Smasher building a lead already of 1.5 seconds before half lap play.
Smasher has come to race. I think Third Dinner will be really, really happy with his reserve driver this evening if he can maintain this race the whole time. Everybody's gotten through pretty clean, though. I'm looking through, and I don't see any damage on anybody's wing. No, most of the end plates are there. Everybody's gone through really clean. But this pack right now, Not Y'all has a train of cars behind him. Oh, jeez, there's a large queue behind Not Y'all. And I think that's Tomo looking to make the move here soon, but he does have Seuss just behind him. Goat's looking for a move as well.
Anton on Hamlet, making a move down the inside. Oh, Hamlet is going for the pit. He does not have...
Oh, Seuss locked up just a bit. Oh,
keep an eye.
A little bit of contact with Brother going on the outside. Smash sets. All right, so we're going to go through, get the Delta back up for you.
Ham pitting with no damage. Did he get a drive-through?
Yeah, he got a drive-through. He had a jump start.
That's unfortunate.
Not Y'all, 3 seconds already in the second lap of this race. Do you think time penalties are going to play a factor in this race this evening?
Do we have 2 drivers out? Coco and Dinix?
Yeah, both connection issues. They're just sitting in the pits.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
So we have 17 drivers. Let's look at the Delta.
Oh,
Tomo.
Enzo going it wide, under pressure by Shoof. Shoof and Enzo going side by side into a corner. Can't think of the name right now.
Ooh. Little bit of a touch there from Shoof and Enzo. No harm done though. Is Enzo going to have another run? He's pulling the car right behind Shoof, right on his gearbox, letting him know he's right there. Although Shoof gets a really good run off that, so Enzo's going to have to charge back up. Anton and Harrison are looking like they're going to have quite a battle here soon. Just looking over the Delta.
Behind Go still. Benny on the back of him as well. Benny's made a few decisions, I believe. Let me have to double check that.
And he does have Harrison just behind him. A queue of a couple quick cars.
Not as many games as we would have thought on that point. Absolute has gained 4 positions. We have Shoof with gained 3. Warren gained 2. And everyone else has gained the odd 1 or 2 along Bandman getting 3. But look at that Smasher gained just 2.5 seconds now. Would anyone be able to catch him now? Species seems to be on an absolute fly.
2.3 seconds in 3 laps alone. Actually, 2 laps alone onto the 3rd lap. Benny does have a lot of guys behind him that are really quick. He has Harrison, Anton, Shoof, Enzo, Addict. It's a queue of cars that he's really going to have to make this car as wide as he wants. He's going to touch the back of the Seuss just a bit. Bit of a love tap. I think there's no damage done. It is raining sideways, so that looks a little bit more than light rain to me. Look, Tomo and not y'all. Tomo, Harrison's got around the Benny though. Benny's gonna try to hold on to the back of him. I think Benny's gonna let him through and use Harrison as a tow. Oh, they're gonna still go side by side. Let's ride on board with Benny. You see the spray that's coming from these cars. It's not terribly bad, but it is noticeable. At least it's not heavy rain. I've had heavy rain races on this game where it's almost pitch black in these conditions. But he's holding on. Harrison's looking for a move here soon on Lassus. Like I said, no DRS is available for these drivers, so they're going to have to do this all by skill and ability and how well they're going to manage their fuel and ERS levels. Dinner has joined. It is unfortunate because Dinner is cars. Ooh! Vertigo gets a bit wide. Lassus is thinking about a move. Harrison's right behind him. I wonder if Goat is helping Harrison here. Harrison's looking for a big push of 4 points to pick up that P1 in the championship standings.
Harrison is on the back of Lassus now. Lassus didn't have a good run out before, but Harrison did. Harrison needs to have a really good run through here to have a chance into the next corner, but I just don't think it's close enough yet.
I'm looking at Tomo too.
Yes, he outbrakes himself. Just avoids Lassus there, taking a bit of an escape route area.
Tomo's thinking about having a move on Lassus here anytime soon. He's just, or not Lassus, not y'all. He's just behind him. Not y'all pulls to the inside, so Tomo's gonna hold to the outside. Holds back. This has been a pretty clean race actually so far. A couple of bumps here and there, but these guys are having one heck of a respectable race, I would say. No virtual safety cars, no yellow flags, no actual safety cars as of yet in lap 4. These guys are managing the rain quite well, as Tomo is still right behind Not Y'all. And Brother Goat is starting to pull these guys down just a bit. But he does have Lassus just behind him. He has Harrison behind him. Benny is caught right back up to Harrison. Looking down through, I mean, everybody behind them are really close as well. Enzo's not too far off of Anton. Shoof is right there. Harrison, Not Y'all, Tomo are going to go after it. Looks like Tomo's made his way through. Makes the move stick, so he's up to P3.
Woon is cut that gap down to about a second now.
Oh, there's a...
Woon's been on the pace, but Tomo is down 4, maybe 5 seconds down the order.
Woo has...
who the wet runners are tonight.
That was a good catch. Wu has put his foot down. He's only 1.8 now compared to 2.3 as it was 2 laps ago. Oh, Not Y'all almost lost the back end. That's going to let Goat come up a little bit closer here. As Harrison's going to go for a move on Lassus. Is he going to make it stick side by side? A bit of a touch. Benny does have Anton right behind him. And Enzo's now right behind his big squeeze. Benny goes for a move on the Seuss, but nothing sticks, so he's going to have to back out of it. That's allowed Goat to kind of pull away from this pack. All these guys are super close now. P6 down to, I would say, oh, there's a big love bump again from Benny. P6 down to P12 are all within about a second and a half of each other. Look at Benny trying to make a move on the outside. Gets a bit of a grasp, a bit of a squeeze from Lassus. He's going to have to back out of it. Enzo's going to have a look. That's right on board with Shoop as we go through this past corner. And then we're going to head up to Maggots and Beckett's. Look at the cars. Oh, Anton goes really wide. He's going to join the track safely, though, so that's good to see. Dinner has left the session. Unfortunate this evening for Dinner, not being able to make the race. 3 seconds goes to Lassus for multiple corner cutting. And so now Shoop is trying to hold on. I think Anton's really struggling in this rain condition. He has Enzo right behind him. Enzo's going to make a move. Oh, that was close.
No room given there.
Shoot. Harrison. Harrison's actually gone up through. I think Goat let Harrison through. Zeus and Benny. Oh, don't tell me they're going to go side by side in the turn 1. It's not going to end well. They do. They make it stick somehow. And Enzo's right there. Anton's thinking about making a squeeze. Shoof is right there waiting for anything that would happen in front of him. Just kind of say, thank you, I'll take those positions. But he's right next to Anton. These guys are holding on to these guys really well. Enzo now has Anton right behind him. Is Anton going to make a move? He's going to pull to the inside. Have a lovely aerial camera finally. Anton's going to make a late dive in the inside, but can't make it stick. A bit of a bump. Shoof has to back out of it. Oi, this is getting pretty intense. Lap 6. 20 laps to go in this race. These guys are just pouring it out. Yeah, Harrison, is he going to catch Not Y'all? He is starting to catch Not Y'all, actually. Absolute's found himself up to P12 already. A couple of the guys in the back. We have, oh, this is what I was waiting to see. There's going to be a battle, I think, here soon with 2 ex-teammates from last season. It's going to be Stig and RRL Addict who are going to go after it with each other. K-Badman's looking to come back. Can Stig get himself up to Addict? Absolute now on the back of Shoof. Benny and Enzo going side by side. Benny backs out of it. Is Anton going to think about making a squeeze to the inside? Late dive on the inside, I think. Did he make that stick? He did.
Now Enzo's right on the back of his teammate now. Will the Seuss fight this or will he let it go?
2 McLarens having a wonderful race, P7 and P8. Riding on board because that one camera angle was terrible. I'm sorry. He had to get out of that. Oh, Anton locks out and goes wide, so that's let Benny on through. So he's locked out of position to Benny just from that small mistake. Shoop is thinking about making a move on Anton. These guys are allowed to use all the track, as I believe that when you have a bit of rain conditions, the strict levels of corner cutting are dulled down. Anticipate Anton goes wide again. Shoop's going to come through. Is he going to be able to hold on to this gap? Looks like Anton's going to squeeze it back on the inside. Shoop's going to have a good run, though. Ooh, that was close. Plager, what is going on? Nice to see you in the chat. So, running through Absolute now. Absolute goes really wide. But here we go. Stig, K-Badman are starting to catch the back of Addict. Can Stig catch up closer and pull that gap between himself down and Addict? Hubd is 7.6 seconds down the road. Hamp, after that early jump start in the race, is down in P17. But the battle right now is Shoof Anton. Is Shoof going to think about a look on Anton? Don't think he's going to make it just yet. Smasher sets another fast lap with a 140.4 actually. Harrison.
Yeah, Benny's gone past Anton as well.
Redogo's pulled in the pits. So he's going to go for the early pit stop.
Yeah.
Harrison now right on the back of Not Y'all. Wu is still 1.8 seconds behind Smasher. I wonder if he's kind of just let off. Ooh, Harrison's going to think about a move on the inside. Not y'all. Kind of choked up just a bit. Shoot gets a 3-second.
Ooh, not your
Harrison's going to have a
nearly
quick,
lose
cheeky
contact with
turnaround
Harrison.
or switchback. On Not y'all. They're going to go side by side. They are.
Oh, lovely camera that is.
These two had an
Side by
amazing
side.
battle in China
Not your
about.
has the pace of 1909. Will be able to hold it into the corner.
These two had an amazing battle
Oh,
for, I think it
he's
was
not. It's not done. He has the
P3 or
inside line. He could
P2
have this done now.
in
Who will
China.
get the best exit? This is. Ooh, not yours gone. Like Harrison's not out. Oh, but he is. He's back behind. Not yours.
That was a
Harrison will
good
not give
battle
this up. He's
indeed.
gonna go for a good. He's not done though. I think he's gonna go for a better exit, but it's not quite. Keep on board with these two. Actually, hold on. Go back.
Got to look at
With Anton
Lassus and
back on
Benny for a
Masood.
second. Anton's right there
Benny's
as
off
well.
Masood.
Actually, let's take a
How
look
did
at
Benny
the
do that?
ex-teammate
I
battle
missed
here
that.
between Attic and Ulsterstig. This should get interesting, I feel, pretty soon. Ulsterstig said he had a lot of confidence going into this race. Can he get any closer? He's pulled into that toe. I think he's a little too far back, though, for a
Ooh,
move.
ooh, ooh, no, no.
Oh,
Anton's
Anton
gone.
spun around.
He went for a late move.
Oh my gosh, he's lucky he was ghosting. Was there
Can you praise the
contact made on
ghosting?
that?
There was nothing he could do there. Slight contact. It was not worth the call. He went for a late move. He couldn't stop his car in time. Went inside. Small touch, and his car wouldn't hold.
No damage done. Harrison
I
gets a
don't think that's
3-second time
Harrison's
penalty.
fault.
I think that's made Stig get a little scared. He's backed off of Attic just a bit. I would have been a little scared too.
But can we just put this out there now? From from Smasher to Wound to Tomo, there's such a massive gap between all of them. What's happened? Like, are these the podium runners? Is that it? It's done? Podium
I have
runners, there they are, go.
no idea, but Harrison is working on Not Y'all still. These guys, had, like I said,
Go.
had a wonderful battle in China. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks now, where they battled pretty much out throughout the whole race, right up until the checkered flag. I think we might have another go at that tonight. As I see Enzo starting to catch these guys.
Absolute, as he gets super time, noticing he's gained 7 positions. Oh, has Addict gone? Addict spun?
That's gone.
I think Addict had a little spin. I don't know if he has any damage. Just give me a second for the cameras to be nice to me to see the car.
No damage I can see. Front wing is perfectly intact.
Yeah,
Smasher.
I think he just lost the back end.
40
Unlucky.
flat from Smasher. Look at Shoof going on Absolute now. They're going to have a battle. The two
Harrison
sisters.
right on the gearbox now, if not your
Safety car. Who's out? Anton's out.
Anton. No, what's happened?
Where'd he go?
Anton's not been having this team this week.
I'm riding on board with Goat to try to find out where he lost it.
He's gone on a straight. He's gone on a straight.
I think he's had enough. Maybe he just decided to retire of the
Possibly.
No, he was by himself for when he did that. Attic gets a 3-second time penalty. I'm surprised.
On the safety car then.
I say, Hubdy
Not
does.
many people are pitting.
Hamp does.
Perfect time to get freshers on.
Goats decides to stay out.
I think we could see Hamp and Hubby.
Attic gets drive through speeding under the safety car.
Oh, that's not what you want.
No, it's not. Hubdy's made his way up. Let's see if these guys in the front start to pit here soon. Smasher, that nice lead.
A 10-second gap to P3 to P4. What has happened today with these 3 drivers?
It's gone.
Over exceeding expectation.
Ulsterstick drive through for speeding under. Oh, so his ex-teammate got one. Now he's got one. That is unfortunate.
Alphas, calm down. You're on safety car Delta.
Hubdy hasn't gotten one, but I'm not gonna give him the commentator's curse. Ross in the chat says, "Let's go, Hubdy." Huh?
You've done it now.
The Smasher's into the pits. Woo dives into the pits. Tomo's gonna dive into the pits.
Absolute getting a bit impatient here. you think there's some team play going on here with Lasouge not letting the people behind them go, giving his teammate a possible free pit stop? Or are you as free as it gets these days?
Not Yell's in,
Absolutely wants to
Harrison's
get
in,
through, and he can't get
Enzo's
past.
in, Benny's
Here
in.
comes everyone.
I think everybody down the goat is going to come in. Yeah, everybody's coming in. Perfect time to pull a pit stop.
Lasouge could be the biggest loser here. His teammates already not even quite in the pit yet.
I wonder if Goat's going to lose out on this, though.
Will Ham and Hube really gain from this? But I'm sorry to say, I don't think he will. I think it was just the delta was still there for them, so they haven't gained too much from it.
I'm just wondering if Goat's going to lose out because he's just now coming to the tail end of the track, but a lot of these guys are on their way out. A couple guys, looks like the McLaren's double stack, so Goat might have a couple positions made here. He's got to get through here, crossing the start-finish line now. How many guys is he going to overtake? There's a couple guys there. He's got himself up the P8. He's flying just to make that happen.
I'm doing a commentator's curse myself, I think. Have you seen our Smashers currently on a perfect race? Started P1, he's pitted and he stayed P1. Has not lost down P1 yet.
But that gap he did have now between himself and Wu, it's gone.
Could we see a three-way battle for the win, or maybe even more? Harrison's getting involved along with Enzo or Goat. Or pretty much anyone on this grid right now could be in tangled with this battle for the win.
I don't think this safety car is going to stay out very long either, because a lot of these guys are not that far off the safety car. I mean, these guys are going through Megans and Beckett's now, and a lot of guys are catching up.
There's a lot of people back. Yeah. I think everyone will be caught up with the safety car by the finish line, so I think we one more lap.
Let's look through.
Again,
Benny catching up.
Positions gained.
Let's do that. That's a good call. Absolutely having a really good race after a qualifying ban. Up 8 positions. A couple guys, Enzo and Harrison, up 5 positions. Tomo and Benny up 3 positions. K Badman 6 positions. Also Sig up 4. He does have that drive through though, unfortunately. Some of our biggest losers. Lasouche down 12 positions. Attic down 7. Hamp is down 8 after the early jump start at the beginning of the race. Pit stops. Let's look. Everybody's made 1 pit stop so far. Verstappen's let me know. Safety car always is a mandate of 2 laps during wet conditions. Good shout. Thank you, Jamie. Appreciate that one. Everybody's on. The GOAT has 4 laps on those intermediates already, so come green flag racing, he might have a little bit more pace than a lot of these guys, depending on how warm he can keep his tires. Because he's going to have the traction already. The tires are already worn into the track. But how long can you hold those? I know intermediates in this game, depending on how well you take care of them, they might go off a little bit sooner rather than later. But everybody's pretty much now caught the tail end of the safety car. Let's jump on board. Looks like Hamp's pulling up the rear, so we should be back to green flag racing just after this lap. Ooh, couple guys getting a bit jumpy on the brakes here. Possibly trying to keep those temperatures in the brakes. You don't want to dive into a turn with cold tires because you might not make the turn. Let's run through. How we have up here, Not Y'all sitting P4. Can he have a push for a podium this evening? Can Harrison get those points he needs desperately against Raisin, who's not made it this evening, and get himself stuck in P1 with 3 races remaining after this race? This is this is 6th round. No, it'll be 4 races remaining. My apologies. My math is terrible today. Safety car is in this lap.
You should know this.
I know. I forget. You know what? I'm actually going to look at that quickly too beforehand. Because I could
up 3 wide. 3 wide.
Try 4 wide. This is crazy.
This is going to be. Oh. Come on, everyone, keep it clean.
I'm just going to look at what track we're at next week before.
Oh, I think he's gone. Smash is gone.
Smash has pulled away. Woom's on his way through. Tom, I think maybe, hopefully Smash didn't leave a bit early because it will catch you out. Harrison's right there. Benny's right there too. He's looking to have a good go at Harrison.
Tomo is right in the back of Warren.
Okay, now I know we're at next weekend. Also, Stick gets around Cape Bad, man.
Under pressure.
Is he allowed to pass there though? Under yellows.
I think when the green flag's wave, you can do what you want.
How many guys are super close though? Everybody's within.
Everyone.
The Seuss. What's happened to Hubby? Hubby got round. He's had a bit of an issue. No damage though. I think he's okay to continue. Attic now trying to pull up to the back of the Seuss right there ahead of him. The Seuss running behind K-Batman. Stig is still going to have to die for that pit, for that unfortunate drive-through. Hubby gets a 3-second for multiple warnings. The commentator's curse is starting to attack me. Just a bit. Look at Shoot. Harrison still behind Not Y'all. Benny's sitting in the wakes in case anything happens just between them. Enzo's right there as well. Can Harrison get around?
Absolutely going very wide around that turn there.
That will be a good battle to look at. Brother Goat's not too far off of Enzo as well. But right now we're sitting with Harrison working on Not Y'all. Can he get a job? Or not, can he get a job? Can he get a run on him? Right? That was like his thing. Harrison not close enough to make a move. He's going to stick within his toe though. That's a perfect shot for Harrison. He was happy that we caught on to his new helmet last week. This is a good shot. See, Smack, what? Stig, 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane now too. After he's pulling his...
Oh, him and the Suge, have they made contact?
No, Stig had to serve his stop, or his drive through.
What about the Suge?
Enzo gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
The Suge is pitting. He's got wing damage, he's getting a replacement.
Is Stig pitting? No, he's just pulling through. Benny gets a 3-second time penalty. So the time penalties are starting to show themselves with these guys putting their shoulders out just a bit.
Again, look at the top three. They're already pulling their seconds away.
Woo, and Tomo and Smasher have come to race in the rain. Harrison trying everything he can to get around Not Y'all. Not Y'all is making that car and the pace as good as possible.
On the back of Harrison now. Benny's got a good run.
Riding on board with Benny. Can he make a move on Harrison? Oh, Not Y'all's around. Not Y'all lost.
He's actually gone.
Oh, don't reverse from the track.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Goodness. Man, this guy is.
And I think Schuf just got a 3-second time penalty for trying to avoid that. I think that can be looked at and removed. If he had nowhere else to go, it's a stupid penalty. That should be removed. But now that puts Hubby right behind him. So Harrison now sitting in the cat for 2.5 seconds off. Stig gets a 3-second time penalty. When it rains, it pours. And when it rains, the penalties come out for Stig.
How many times will you say that at a race? I swear, like, you've said that every race you've ever commentated.
I have to say that. Every time I'm commentating, it seems like Stig gets a multiple amount of exceeding penalties. Benny now sitting in P5. Can he have a go at Harrison? Harrison does have a 3-second time penalty. Sector 3 yellow. Not Y'all has retired from the race. I think in the pits. I don't see him on track. It's another safety car. No. Not Y'all has crashed in the start-finish line.
Has he? I see his car moving.
It just disappeared. But he was sitting on the start-finish line without a wheel. So another safety car, ladies and gentlemen. This will give Wu and Tomo another run at Smasher to see how these guys can get on. See if they can have another go. Smasher kind of, threw them all for I guess you would say like a fake out. Just took off, and these guys were caught napping. So that should be going back. Harrison, another 3-second time penalty. So that's now 6 seconds. That puts Benny up to P4. Not Y'all has left the session. Unfortunate for Not Y'all this evening. Look through. These guys should start catching the safety car as soon as they cross the start-finish line. A couple guys are pretty far down. Hubdy is down 10 seconds. Attic are 15 seconds. Give you guys a shout out in the chat. How are you guys this evening? Hopefully you're enjoying this race as much as I am. Smasher goes a bit wide on trying to catch the safety car. Where is that safety car? There he is. And safety car pulls out, turns the lights on.
I'm hoping the next game, the next safety car a little bit faster. At least in the corners.
Ooh! Oh, what is that about?
Come on.
And go.
Whoa, whoa,
just a DNF off. That was crazy. I think they broke really hard. Now Goat's off. That is definitely going to have to be looked at in the stewards panel after this race. That moves Hubdy, Attic, and Stick's going to move up. That was a bit interesting. Bit of a controversial clip, I'm sure that will be. But I saw Tomo get a severe collision penalty with that. I think he hit the back of Wu, which caused a lot of people to brake. I know Harrison pulled to the far left to brake. So Goat is out of this race, unfortunately, too, from that chaotic, whatever that was, incident. 10 laps remain. Benny, I'm telling you, Benny's one of the guys to watch in this race. I don't think he has a time penalty. Actually, this is a good time. Tom, can you give us a rundown of penalties?
P1 has a penalty and 2 warnings. Woon has a 2 warnings. Tomo has a 5-second penalty and nothing else. Harrison is playing with 2 penalties and a warning. Benny has managed to get 3 warnings, then a penalty, then another warning. Enzo, a penalty and 5 seconds. Absolute with a penalty and 2 warnings. Chief with 2 penalties and a warning. Kebadan with nothing. Hamlux with a original drive-through and a warning. Probody has a penalty and 3 warnings. Abix has 2 penalties and 3 warnings. Also Stig has had a drive-through, 5 seconds, and a penalty and 2 warnings. The Siege has had a penalty, along with 3 warnings.
And that's it.
And then we have Goat retired, Not Real retired, Anton retired, Coco retired, and Sergio retired.
Little quick shout out. Attic, who left the Alpha team last season to join the Renault team, is now sandwiched in between the 2 Alphas. So, wonder if that's just a nice little shout there. He has Hubdy right ahead of him. These guys should be going back to green flag racing as soon as these guys all catch up, which they have. Smasher sitting P1. Time to warm those.
Right now. Can Smasher get a perfect race and perfect quality?
We shall see. Safety car is in this lap.
Perfect GP could be on the way for Smasher on his debut. Be an amazing debut if he manages this, which is looking pretty promising. Will he hold? How long will he hold them this time? Okay, we have an Alpha on the grass.
I see that.
What happened there?
I think Smasher backed the pack and everybody was, shoot, gets severe with Enzo.
But
Enzo pulls, Smasher pulls away.
We can't be the, I can't be the only one who thinks it goes way too early. Sure.
Harrison now.
Anyway, it works for him. Keep it going. He's already got a second and 1.1 second gap to Wogan. He's got the job on once again, Bolton and Napa. Tom follows along with Harrison, Benny, Alonso and Absolute. We're followed by the two Red Bulls.
I'm riding on board with Benny to see if he can make a move on Harrison. He's really close. Lassus gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Sig has gotten up around Hubdy. Lassus, K-Badman sitting down there in P14. He's just behind Lassus as well. It looks like the gap is building. Benny trying everything he can. Just looking through, 18 laps. Benny gets a little sideways on the back end of the car, but saves it. Enzo right there. Enzo's trying to have a go at Harrison, I think, for that top position as well. He's only sitting P3. Let's check through. Who else is super close? It looks like Schuf is not too far off of that Toro Rosso Absolute. He's only within 3/10. Can he pull himself closer? He's 4/10 now.
Can we make a dive?
Smashers.
He should. He won't.
Oh, sector 2 and 3. What's happened to Hubdy?
Hubby. I don't know. Nothing serious. I think it might be a bit of
end plate's missing. Loss. He's now missing an end plate.
Hey, that's definitely not what I thought.
I wonder what has happened there. I wonder if there was contact made. Doesn't look like anybody else is missing anything off the front wing. Attic now sitting P10. Look at Schuf. Schuf and Hamp trying to have a go at Absolute. That is pretty much the closest battle right now on this track. We'll keep with these guys. I see Tomo is starting to work his way closer to Wu. 4/10 is the gap. Can he get a little closer here? These guys, some of these guys should be pros in the rain, given last season, if they raced last season. Can he get around? He's working. It's actually right on board with Hamp as we battle through this. Sky is opening up just a bit, but the track is definitely still damp. Still, the light rain falls. Schuf getting out relatively close as Hamp goes out a bit wide.
Tom and Wu is still going out. Just waiting for Tomo to get his good run out, or if Morgan just keeps going bigger and bigger gaps so he can escape and trying to attack and smash that.
Oh, Absolute's gone wide. That's going to allow Schuf to come through. Attic gets a 3-second time penalty. Is Schuf's going to make a move on the outside, running on board Hamp. Are they going to hold it? Side by side into this. Oh, a bit of a nudge there.
Still on the outside, he makes it. Right on the outside.
Or Absolute's going to think about having a go, though. No, nothing holds on. Hamp's going to have a go now at Absolute. The spray is incredibly heavy now. I think it's raining a little harder on the start-finish line than it is in some of these sections of the track. Looks like Hamp loses a bit of time in turn 1. Goes really wide there. Definitely the closest battle on track right now. We do have Tomo starting to catch Wu, though. Oh, give me a better camera angle than that, please. Codemasters. Absolute goes a bit wide. However, Attic is starting to catch this pack, too. Stig is starting to catch Attic as well.
See some more blue coming out the sky.
I'm thinking
really it's good right now.
It's raining a little less in the second sector and third sector as it is the first sector. If you ride on board, say you ride on board Hamp going through, once they go through Maggots and Beckett's, you can see the sky. The spray from the cars ahead aren't as bad. But as soon as you get into sector 1, start-finish line, it's really heavy. Looks like Hamp gets a better run through Maggots and Beckett's than Absolute does. Can he have a go here? He's getting relatively closer. Tomo's still 4/10 off of Wu. Smasher's already put 2.3 seconds between himself and Wu. Hamp's really close now. Oh, there's going to be a move. Is he going to make a move? They touches just a bit. Oh, Absolute goes a bit sideways. Move did not stick for Ham, so that's put Absolute down a couple positions. No damage, though. Jump up through Tomo. Lassus gets another 3-second time penalty. Closest now, Enzo's working on Benny. Cubsy gets a 3-second time penalty. Lap 21 of 26. This one's going pretty crazy. Couple touches here and there, a bit of controversial moves, but I haven't seen as much damage. I think some of the damage that was caused was by driver error more than it was.
I think Wu's more confident in the Beckett's right now. Well, they're saying that. Tomo's had a good run though.
Enzo just behind Benny too.
Is there enough slip for Tomo to have a move on Wu now?
Absolute gets a 3-second time penalty. Tomo gonna think about it. No, he holds on.
No.
Enzo's a little too far behind to make a move on Benny still as well. Tucks in just behind his gearbox. Goat hasn't left the session. An unfortunate race for Goat.
It was a blind accident. He could not see the car stopping.
Tomo's still holding on to Wu. 4 laps remain of this Grand Prix. Oh, Attic gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Tomo back on it again, had a bit of a loose exit.
Enzo's really battling that car. The back end stepped out just a bit, lost a little bit of time to himself and Benny just ahead. Benny's trying to pull down that gap between himself and Harrison. He's got to stay within 6 seconds, and that position should be his, I believe, if Benny only has, or I think he has 1, so he's got to stay within 3 seconds. Everybody else's gap is relatively small.
He's not letting go of Wu.
Oh, they're fighting that steering wheel so much in that corner. Attacking Magus and Beckett's. Hitting the curves just nicely. Wu just ahead. I don't think Tomo is close enough this time around either. He might have a good toe though.
No.
Yeah, it's just behind. You'd almost have to be pretty crazy to send the car that far behind. However, Absolute has now caught up to the back of Ulsterstig. Is he going to have a look here? He's not. No, he's going to hold behind.
Oh,
he thought about it.
For the next corner. He is going to go for the next corner, I think. Oh, he gets covered off though.
Closely.
Back onto Tomo and that. Tomo just back off again in sector 1.
It's Absolute now right behind Ulsterstig now for Romero. Enzo and Benny.
Enzo is gaining on Benny now.
Benny's trying everything to hold that McLaren behind him. Tomo is still 3/10, 4/10 now behind Wu for that second step on the podium. Oh, Stig gone a bit wide. That's going to allow Absolute to have a good push here. Lassus not too far behind these guys as well. He could get in the mix. Enzo still 4/10 off of Benny. 3/10 now.
Very close. All these is a good exit now. And
3 laps to go. Who's going to make that final jump towards the end?
I believe we could actually see Smasher being dropped down to P2 if it stays like this. If I'll double check for you. I do believe that Woon does not have any penalties. I am not correct. He recently got a penalty.
Smasher's still holding on to P1. Smasher's literally smashing
away from a penalty though. Smasher needs to keep a very clean race now to hold on to P1.
And if those two, Tomo and Wu, catch up to him as Wu goes a bit wide. Tomo's going to have he's going to think about a look. They can see Smasher just off in the distance.
Tomo needs to go for a move soon or he's going to run out of laps.
He's going to have two laps to go. Actually, yeah. Enzo gets around Benny.
Really? Oh, there we go.
Maybe a bit of contact. It looked like
chase is on for him to get to Harrison.
P2 and P3 in the championships right now. Harrison and Enzo. Tomo holding onto that car as much as he can. Looks like Stig has lost out. Absolute is right behind. Also Stig though. And Absolute has the Seuss just behind him as well. Also Stig gets the back end a little loose. Enzo, or Absolute's going to think about a move. So Absolute or Stig goes really wide. That's going to allow Lassus and Absolute on their way through. Is Lassus going to have a look on Absolute? He's going to think about it. No, he's going to back out.
Really good run now. Tomo's got a really good run. Can he hold it through the next corner? I think he can. Woman has a bit of a slide. Sure. Could not be any closer for the two of them.
Jumping back with those two. Tomo, Wu, can he make the job done? He's got a little bit worse of a run through Nuggets and Beckets compared to Wu. Wu's on his way through.
Good exit though, good exit. Go on, make a move. You've got to do it. Make a move, make a move, make a move.
You see these guys touching a bit of the rain because these intermediates will heat up and wear a little bit quicker every now and then. You want to make sure that you jump into the rain.
Far freezing.
Yellow sector 2.
Fake, I believe. I don't see anything wrong on the track.
Look at that wing flapping just a bit. Here we go.
Come on, Tomo, you can do this.
From ultimate lap of this race, can Tomo get himself up through Wu? Harrison's just holding on, I think, the best he can to settle for the car. Probably being a P at this point, 6 seconds. That drops him down to almost P7. Depending on the penalties that Enzo and Benny have.
I think he's the closest he's been to the woman through here now. Still don't think he's got just enough pace in that car on the straight. I think that's where Wu holds onto it all on the straight.
Smasher's put the throttle down. He's now 3.3 seconds ahead of these guys.
Tomo could have a good exit here. Holding on.
Here we go. Can Tomo get a good run?
Oh, it's always this point. Tomo gets a good exit. There's no really making a move around here in the wet.
Right on his gearbox.
Oh, here he goes. Ready to back up a little bit.
Oh, Wu holds on to the car just as well.
This is amazing.
Into Mackets as they go.
Come on, Tom. You can't do all this with no move.
I mean, it's hard to pass in the rain. He cuts that curve as hard as he can to try to get himself closer. 4/10 though. I think he's a little bit too far back. Seuss gets a 3-second time penalty. We're going to jump with this man right now, coming down to the last few corners. Reserve driver this evening, Smasher, is going to absolutely smash this race.
One more lap to go, mate.
Is it? Oh yeah, from ultimate lap. Good catch. I thought it was on the last lap. So Tomo's got one more to go. Smasher sits best.
Lap for his troubles as well. This could be a perfect race for Smasher here. P1, fastest lap. Holds the race. P1 the entire race. This could be the perfect race for him.
I'm looking at Lassus too. He's on the back of Absolute. This is going to be a battle to watch towards the end. Last lap. Can Lassus get himself around Absolute? Attic is kind of pulled away from Absolute just a bit, 1.5 seconds up the road. Hamp is not too far off his teammate as well. Tomo's lost out a bit of time to Wu. 0.6 is the gap now. Smasher, 3.9 seconds already.
Oh, woman goes wide. I think he's going for a better exit.
Has he gotten himself closer? Not much. 0.6, 5/10 now.
Oh.
See Lassus still right behind Absolute. Here we go, riding through Max Specs. I think Wu's possibly got this as long as he can manage to get through these S's as good as possible. Tomo's not really going to have much to say as Wu is up the road. If he had DRS, I think he would have a shot, but he's a little too far back. As he's Smasher going up through. Wu just a bit behind. Smasher's coming down to the last, this time the last one.
Yep.
Here we go, Smasher navigating the final few sections. Oh,
Harrison with
Harrison
another
gets
second penalty.
that's 9 seconds, but Smasher crosses the line to win the British Grand Prix. Wu is going to cross the line in P2. Tomo stays P3. Harrison, unfortunately, I think he's going to drop with some of the time. Stays P4. Enzo goes P5. Benny is going to cross the line, goes P4.
Benny P4.
Shuv stays P6. Hamp goes P6.
Ham P6.
Enzo P7.
Two
Shuv
tenths in it from Harrison as well.
Enzo P9 or Attic P9. Seuss P10. The Seuss actually Attic P10. They're all switching. K Batman goes P9. Absolute P10. Attic P11. The Seuss P12. Stick P13. And Hubdy is going to round out this British Grand Prix in P14. Here we go. We're going to stick with this man. So I'm just going to give these guys a job well done for the guys who finished this race. It is a difficult race. 26 laps in the rain the entire time. Had 2 safety cars. But that was an interesting, incredible race. Williams stands on the top podium. I'm sure Third Dinner will be absolutely thrilled about that, being the team manager. Williams on the top step, followed by a Racing Point and the Toro Rosso. Let you guys enjoy the podium celebrations, and then we'll give you a rundown of the final order. All right. Once we get load into this screen, I'll give you guys a final rundown order. Smasher picks up the pole position and the win to pretty much have a superb weekend here at the British Grand Prix. Wu, P2. Tomo rounds out your podium finishers. Benny, P4. Harrison, P5. Hamp. Going down, we have Enzo, Shuth, K Badman, Absolute 10th, Attic 11th, Lassus 12th, Stig 13th. We have Hubdy 14th. And unfortunately, in this race, we lost out. Greta Goat for a very interesting collision. Not y'all lost out, and Anton, who we have lost out for this race. But we're going to move on to those podium interviews in just a second. If you can do the honors and get these guys in.
I have done. They've all been sent invites. I did get a message from P1 tonight, but it's not come through because Xbox is struggling these days.
It is. I think it's this game as well. Let's see, just us so far in this party. Give it a little bit.
Oh, okay. Smasher will not join. He has mic issues.
Okay. So until then, Smasher, I'm just going to give you a big, huge congratulations if you can hear me on the stream. What a race. That was one heck of a race. You did really well. I'm sure Third Gen is going to be pumped for that. Completely controlled this race.
We do have Tomo in here. And it's just Woom left to join, if to join.
All right, well, we'll start with our P3 finisher, Tomo. What a race this evening. Quite an interesting penalty under the safety car in the second round was a bit interesting. I'm not sure if everybody kind of broke harder than expected and you kind of clipped the back of Wu there, but luckily enough, you still finished P3 on the grid. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, it was a good race. So got a good start, which was important. Got up to P4. Got stuck behind Nottle though, because I think he was running dry setup, so he was drifting around the circuit and was quite difficult to get by. Safety car 1 was hoping to jump up on Woom, but the restarts were interesting and I couldn't get a gap, so oh well. And then yeah, second restart I was grabbing some backup headphones because my headphones died, and then yeah, just clipped him. No damage fortunately, but hopefully they'll get removed. And then yeah, just sticking behind Woom till the end of the race, and that was pretty much it.
Now a solid drive to get yourself back up to P3 after missing the Monaco Grand Prix, which is probably not the worst race to miss. I know a couple guys don't really care for the Monaco Grand Prix, but I'll slide it over to Tom. Tom, do you have anything to add?
What a race. I was hoping for at least an attempt on Wu there, because you were on him for so many laps. I was waiting for an overtake, or at least an attempt. But you did the right job, you stayed behind, and you've got P3. Didn't lose anything else. So very well done.
Thank you.
All right, we'll move on. It doesn't look like Wu is going to join the podium interviews as well, so I'm going to shove him a big congratulations on P2. So both Smasher and Wu, congratulations, guys, on rounding out your podiums this evening. Send Tom a big belated happy birthday, as it was this man's birthday yesterday. I was going to wait into the stream to do that. So happy birthday, Tom, and thank you for helping me this evening in the stream. Absolutely cracking race. But guys, if you want to see more action, go ahead and hit that follow button. We'll be back next week on Sunday, same time, same channel for the Spanish Grand Prix around the Catalunya circuit. So until then, we will catch you. We're going to sign out. But everybody, hopefully you have a good week. Stay safe, and we will see you soon. Good night, and we'll see you next week.